Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Thai Squad, new followers and friends. Thank y'all for tuning in. Happy Monday, Raymond. Happy Monday. Hey, everybody. Where's everybody at? Let me see what we got going on. Who's all in the house? If you're a Thai Squad member and you're proud to be a Thai Squad member or even a Thai East Report follower, just say, hey, Thai East, hey, East. Look, it's one of those Mondays like I can't really labor long with all these pleasantries because we got a full dock and I'm gonna try to get to as most of it as I can. But I just want to say happy Monday, everybody. We're celebrating the 77th birthday of one of the greatest female vocalists of our time, Patti LaBelle, today. So happy birthday, Patti LaBelle. It is Gemini season, and we're just happy. Hey, Vernon Sear. Hey, everybody. Let me see who else. Who else is in the Who else is marching up to Zion? Hey, Tiffany, I see you. Hey, everybody. Hi. Welcome. New viewers, new followers. Thank y'all for tuning in. We got a lot of new subscribers on the YouTube page over the weekend, and we're happy about it. Hey, Mashad. But listen, y'all, the news needs to be told. Let's get to it. Hey, Kyrie, my Four Kings co-host, and Sheen. Hey, Sheen. Hey, Sean. Okay, listen, we'll be here all day. So let's rock and roll, everybody. Listen, the BBMAs were last night. That's not my type of music, y'all. It's not my type of scene. I didn't watch. I didn't even cover the red carpet on my page. It's just not my judge, y'all. Listen, I grew up with Mickey Howard, Angela Wynn Bush, Gwen Guthrie. So I can't, y'all. I tried. Hey, Tanya Monroe, but it's just not for me. Hey, Darius. I did go over and checked out the highlights this morning on Twitter, just to refreshing myself on what happened. And, Drake received the Artist of the Decade award. His son, they say he was adorable. He was crying. Okay, wonderful, girl. Look, let's move on. The BBMAs last night, the red carpet was a lot more fuller and a lot more active. So that's a sign of normalcy, as far as Corona or COVID-19 is concerned. It was a lot more active and more people were at the event. So that's always refreshing to see. Our other trending item is Little Nas X last night, and I don't know which is hotter, the performance or his six-pack, but Little Nas X stopped by Saturday Night Live. Listen, they said that he busted his pants in the crotch area. Towards the end, if you look at the video, he's holding his crotch, something busted loose. I don't think nothing busted it loose. I don't. I think that, you listen, Lil Nas X, anything goes on her. Lil Nas X, she gives you very Angela Lansbury. Mama's a mistress of many illusions, honey. So, yeah, the crotch, the pants split, and that's what they say, but I don't believe it. But it was an electrifying performance. He did two performances. You can check them out on YouTube. Shout out to Little Nas X. Our other trending item, look, y'all, it's not even breaking news. I didn't even listen to this breaking news. I didn't, because the kids are over it. America is over these CDC. Every 15 minutes, they break into with something. Well, the CDC says fully vaccinated people don't need to get COVID-19 tested. That don't make sense. Okay, it don't make sense to me, because you still have breakthrough cases where people are still getting COVID-19 that are fully vaccinated. So that's the kind of stuff people say don't make no sense. To me, when I hear that, I'm thinking, okay, but y'all have cases where people were fully vaccinated and still caught COVID-19. So why would a person not? Maybe they may suspect something. They may be feeling something. They should get tested. So they just go out and spread it to everybody else. So listen, y'all, the CDC is at a place right now, it's sad, where you look at those girls with one old side eye, like, okay, Craig's mother, okay. But listen, follow the guidelines, y'all. Follow what you need to do. Keep doing what we've been doing, washing our hands, social distancing, and wearing our face coverings. Okay. Yeah, Raymond. I listen. I'm only here to deliver the news, Ty Squad. Okay. So our lead story today. Kyrie said the CDC is making it up as they go along. Like they get up in the morning, Kyrie, and be like, "Yeah, right, let's do that." So I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna keep doing those three things that I just mentioned, y'all, and I'm gonna rock on to see what the end gonna be. But our lead story today, oops, I almost forgot something. Okay, well, you know what? Our lead story is this, y'all. Our lead story is Charlemagne the God. Charlemagne the God apologized to Kwame Brown. Listen, I think the apology was, and I'll talk about it in my word for the day later, but I think the apology was really bullshit. It really was. It was corporate, and it was, let's stop the hemorrhaging. If you have not seen the Kwame Brown, Mortal Kombat reads, go online. They're all available. Everybody can get some. Everybody can catch a fade. So Kwame Brown, thank you, baby, for waking up the internet, breaking the internet, and then putting it back together again. I've been intently watching all of his videos. Kwame Brown has a YouTube channel, almost 200,000 subscribers already. So go over and check that out at your leisure. But Charlemagne the God apologizing, saying that he talked to people in South Carolina, and girl, listen, at the end of the day, you're on one of the biggest platforms in America as far as urban media, and to be so reckless, it's unimaginable to talk about his family and deaths and tragedies in his life, and to be so reckless with that. Then you come back because people are laying you out in the comments section, and now you want to apologize, but the apology just don't land right. It's just like, girl, okay, well, thank you for apologizing. But it was so perfunctory, y'all. It didn't have any contrition or anything to it. So you can watch the apology if you want to. He was reading most of it. So I think the Breakfast Club, I'm not saying it's going to be canceled tomorrow, but I think the Breakfast Club, with so many things that have gone on, has really run its course, and there may be time for a replacement, something of equal, format. I think it's time because people are over. People are over not Kwame Brown. People are over Charlemagne, Angela Yee, and DJ Envy. People are just over it. So hey, it is what it is. Kwame Brown is here to stay. Okay. Brashear Gray, the Empire, curse. Some people call it the Empire curse. I don't know what it is. But y'all remember Hakeem from Empire, Brashear Gray? Well, he pled guilty to domestic violence, y'all. Remember, about a year or two ago, he was in the house, and he held his girlfriend hostage, and she ran down the street, and he was in there for 2 hours, 4 hours before he came out. Well, Brashear Gray has pled guilty and was sentenced to 10 days. And county jail time, when you get sentenced to 10 days, they release you from booking. They don't waste their time doing all that. You usually get cited out. So if he do a day or two, I would be shocked on a 10-day sentence. But Brashear Gray, aka Hakeem from Empire, pled guilty to domestic violence, and that's a serious charge that's going to be attached to your record. So we'll see what happens moving forward with that. There was no word that the Nigerians from Jersey case was involved or anything. So this seems to be a separate incident. Okay, listen, we're praying for Sasha London. We're praying for Sasha. Sasha Johnson. Sasha Johnson, a Black Lives Matter activist over in London, who was shot in the head over the weekend and is in critical condition. So we're praying for her. I wish they would replace it with the Tyesse report. Yeah, Kyrie. But we're praying for her. Being an activist in 2021 is very dangerous. We thought that it was dangerous in the civil rights era, and it was. But speaking truth to power and speaking up for Black and brown and indigenous bodies is really dangerous. So the last strain of racism, it just won't die. It's like that thing in Predator. This last generation of racism is it's the ugliest and it's the worst. And we're praying for our sister, a Black woman, Sasha Johnson, over in London, from the Black Lives Matter chapter over there. Listen, remember we covered Kevin Spacey and his accuser. His accuser did not want to reveal himself, and the case was being threatened to be dismissed because the accuser didn't want to reveal who he was, his identity. Well, it is being reported this morning that Kevin Spacey is making a comeback and getting work in Italy after Hollywood blacklisted him and outed him. Now, listen, white actors can do that, Woody Allen, so on and so forth. They can do that. Roman Polanski, So, Bill Cosby and so many others don't have that luxury. But yeah, they say he's getting some work over in Italy, and I expect a full comeback. That's just me. I expect a full comeback. A polls recap. Let's do a polls recap. Listen, last night was one of the funnest, most emotional episodes of this season so far. Listen, for those of us of a certain age and a certain generation, a certain I was gonna say pedigree, but no, I'll just say those of us of a certain age remember when phone sex was really huge, and a lot of my trans sisters, Mother Rose, she was like the madam of phone sex back in the 90s and the early 2000s. But phone sex was a really big industry for trans women as far as employment. I'm talking about they were fully employed doing phone sex. It was huge. So that was very nostalgic. Now the mafia piece, y'all, listen, it was a little fantastical, but it's Hollywood, so but it was like, come on, y'all, really, seriously. The Italian mob is notoriously homophobic, but anything is possible, But it was a little stretch. And I don't want to say Poles jumped the shark, but it was very close to the shark. For those that know film references and TV references. But Poles last night was really good. Listen, we have girls. One of my sisters, the late Miss Bouvier, was an extravagant stunt queen, rocker, whatever you want to call it. And we were very good friends for many, many, many years. And I would just watch her in awe at all of these stunts that she would do, and fabulous parties she threw, because it was a sight to behold. Those that lived in LA at a certain time, Bouvier and B Sunday, and that you get a wedding dress. That was Bouvier. She was very much like that. So it was a very nostalgic to see that last night on Pose, because there are a lot of girls that were, full-fledged stunt queens and jumped off of buildings in single bounds. I ain't gonna call too many more names, but yeah, okay. But yeah, Pulse was good last night, and we're moving on. I think there's about 2 episodes left, maybe 3 at the most. So it's bittersweet as we get to the end. I just didn't understand. I didn't get, Angel, and Lil Poppy has a son. Girl, he's been supporting you. You are a full crackhead. And he's been rocking with you, girl. Mama, and I'm talking about, girl, you smoked your kneecaps off. And he's been supporting you, and I didn't get it. It's like, but, it's people like that in real life, They just don't know how to reciprocate unconditional love. Maybe it's the drugs, I don't know. Girl, but you done smoked your lungs away. And this man's just trying to take care of his child. And, Yeah, Jasmine Master says, "Hey, Jazzy, I seen her write checks with two different." Look, Bouvier and I were like this before we fell out. But we were like this. We were bosom buddies. I met Bouvier before I even met Ariel. And let me tell you a quick story about how I met Bouvier. Um, I was in jail. I was in jail in Wayside, way out by Magic Mountain, right? So I was in jail out there, Wayside, and everybody kept saying Bouvier's out there. She was coming to visit Mark Foster, who is now deceased. She was coming to visit Mark Foster, her her piece. That was also Ariel's piece. So everybody kept saying, "Ooh, Bouvier's out there. She's going to visit." She came to visit, and Mark Foster was ready for the visit, and then Bouvier she never showed up for the visit. Everybody was like, they must have denied her visit. Well, come to find out, Bouvier came to jail to visit her piece, which was also Ariel's piece. She came to visit Mark Foster in a hot U-Haul. And they would, a U-Haul out here in the middle of Saugus looked kind of odd. So one of the deputies went out there and ran the license plate, and girl, the U-Haul came back as unreturned. And then, of course, when they ran everything and looked, girl, how did you get clipped visiting your piece up here in Canyon Country? So when she came in, we became fast friends, me and Bouvier, and it just rolled on from there. But I took a lot of time out. I took a little time out telling that story. But I'll tell y'all more about that privately. But Bouvier, she was, rest in peace. She had her flaws, but deep down, she was a real sweet person. She just had a lot of demons that she was fighting, like a lot of people, internal. But she will be missed, and her legend will remain in Los Angeles for years to come. For years to come. But we became good friends right there in the jailhouse at Wayside. Girl, how did you get clipped coming to visit your piece? Girl, it didn't occur to you to park the U-Haul at the Magic Johnson? Not Magic Johnson, Magic Mountain. I said Magic Johnson. I was thinking about the Magic Johnson Theater. It didn't occur to you, Bouvier, sis, park the U-Haul at Magic Mountain, and then, come on the little thing and come over it, because Magic Mountain was right here, and Wayside was across the highway. I know y'all saying, girl, how is she going to get across the highway? Girl, for love, you don't want to cross that highway? Girl, for love? She ain't going to get hit. Anyways, our person of the day, listen, y'all, I'll talk more about that later. Our person of the day is Lady Gaga. Over the weekend, she shouted out my spiritual father, Archbishop Carl Bean, who I love dearly. And it was just, of course, Archbishop recorded Born This Way back in 1977 on Motown. And Lady Gaga recorded and went to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. So shout out to Lady Gaga for shouting out my spiritual father, Archbishop Carl Bean, as the inspiration for Born This Way. Listen, the family of Michael Jackson has come out and said point blank period that Martin Bashir tricked Michael Jackson into doing that documentary. I after that interview, I've never liked British journalists since. And I know people are saying, well, Tyesse, that's kind of one-sided. It's a little, whatever. British journalists, they do something to me. They're sneaky and they're crafty, and I just don't know. I look at British journalists as just like, girl, I wouldn't trust them as far as I can see them. But the family says that Michael was tricked into that interview. And I don't think Martin Bashir has ever apologized or really formally addressed what happened with Michael in that interview. Correct me if I'm wrong, if someone has any information. Listen, the Real Housewives of Potomac trailer is ready. You can watch it at your leisure. I haven't been watching in recent seasons But I think I want to jump back in the fray, y'all. The Real Housewives of Potomac. Go check it out on YouTube. I'm sure it's going to be a hell of a season. Mm. Our idiot of the day. Our idiot of the day is Megan McCain. Yeah, she's constantly an idiot of the day. And the reason she's the idiot of the day is because she just doesn't understand how she looks to the average viewer, not conservatives, not the racists, not the privileged, but how she looks to the average viewer. Like having these meltdowns, girl. Her problem is that I think she feels like she is the only voice in the world, the only conservative voice out there. And she feels like she has to rant and rave and be the representative for all white people that are aggrieved. And she doesn't understand, girl, you are so just, what is the word? I mean, how do you even come on with that type of, bravado when the only reason you're on this panel making millions of dollars a year is because of your father? Like, I would be the girl that's trying to stay under the radar before they really get wind on this stunt, And shame on ABC. You see the damn comments, can her. People are sick of her. I know I am. ABC. Listen, I have a twofold word for the day today, y'all. I have a twofold word for the day today. And my brother Stanley Johnson, I don't know if he's on right now, but he was on Fox Soul, The Black Report, talking about his expansive study over at UCLA on Black education, especially Black boys, and everything from poverty to food deserts to health. And it was a really great interview on Fox Soul, and I enjoyed it immensely. But I thought about it. I thought about it, and me and him have these conversations all the time. But I thought about it, how sometimes you may not benefit from something, but we all go through something so that others can have an opportunity to be better. Because when I was growing up and I was coming up in elementary, and when I was in elementary school, it was all good. It was all gravy. And then they gave me a promotion from the 5th grade to the 6th grade. And when they promoted me from the 5th grade to the 6th grade, because they said I was smarter than the other kids, there's something in there too. There's a little loadedness in there. We don't have time. But when they promoted me to the 6th grade, I think that is when it all started to kind of turn around for me. It all started to turn around for me, because what happened was, when I first got to 6th grade, I realized that I was not that girl anymore. And like in the 5th grade, it was a lot of not bright girls in my class. And when I got to Washington Middle School, all of these girls in here are smart. So it kind of throws things off a little bit for you when you realize, no, girl, you're not Dina. You're effing white. It starts to spiral, and then you have peer pressure, you have friends, you have all kinds of things, and don't forget the elephant in the room, which is your LGBTQ, and it starts to spiral. It really does start to spiral for a lot of Black kids. And the thing is that there was nothing there for you in school. I don't even know if there was a counselor or people there to help get you on track. Yeah, Kwame, very much that, but I don't think there was even a counselor there every day at the school. It was like, you were just like on your own as a Black person in the school system in the inner city, and, I went on, I kept on going, but eventually in the 11th grade, in the 11th grade, we came to school one day, and we didn't have programs, because you would go get your program so you could see where your classes were. And me and my best friend, we were like Thelma and Louise, we were wilding. So we went to go get our programs, and there were no programs. And when you went to the administration office to find out what the hell is going on, or the head office, They told us that we had been referred to continuation school. So there was no program, there was nothing in place to save you. There was no safety net. You were just sent off to continuation school, which is a pipeline to just like nowhere. And eventually I dropped out of the 11th grade. Everything that I am today, I am self-taught. I'm a self-taught, self-educated person. I have had some college, but listen, I thank my brother for that. So I'm glad that these students of today won't have to go through half of what we went through as young Black students, Black LGBTQ students, and the prison, the school to prison pipeline, basically, of the 90s. But my last piece of my word for the day, go ahead, Kwame, hit the word for the day. Word for the day time. It's in relation to Charlemagne the God. And somebody may disagree with me. I'm okay with that. But let me just say this. I don't think it says anywhere in the Bible, because people run with that. The Bible is the Christian thing to do is accept the apology. I don't think there's a scripture that says you have to accept people's apology. I really don't believe there's a scripture in the Bible that speaks to that. I believe that there are scriptures in the Bible that speaks to if you have wronged somebody and do this, do that, but it doesn't speak to accepting people's behavior. I'll say that. Accepting people's behavior. I'll say that. Okay. Here's the deal. Let me with my wisdom. Excuse me. Okay. Here's the deal. I think that there are occasions, and like with Kwame Brown, where you don't have to accept behavior like that. You don't have to accept someone's apology. You really don't. If you choose to, it's your right. But if you say, you know what, I don't even want to address that person. I've moved on. I'm good with that. I don't even want to. No, I'm good. Keep your apology, because what you did and what you said was so egregious that I don't really have time to even address it. So I'm telling y'all that I believe the word for the day is that you can move on when you've been hurt. And you can say deuces. The word for the day is deuces. I don't have to accept your apology. I don't have to kiss your ass. I don't have to do any of that. Good night and good luck. So be angry and we shouldn't go to sleep with these episodes. Exactly. But what I'm saying, you guys, is that when it is an egregious affront to who you are, like Charlemagne the God did to Kwame Brown, when you talk about people's family and you talk about people that are deceased, and I mean, I can say wholeheartedly, like, I'm good, like, sir, goodbye, thank you. That's wonderful. I just don't want to deal with that energy. I'm good. So be comfortable in that, y'all. I'm about to be a minute over, but be comfortable in that, Thai Squad, knowing that you don't have to go along to get along. You don't have to do that. And the word for the day is deuces. And you can continue on, but you don't have to operate with malice or bitterness in your heart because you moved on. You don't have to. But you can also say, you know what, girl, I'm good. You take care. Thank y'all for tuning into the Tyesse Report today. It has been a wonderful conversation. Of course, I will be on a little later in my own personal capacity, and I will be on not tomorrow. I'll be on Wednesday at 12:15 again with another edition of the Tyesse Report Live. Thank you for all that you do. Remember, I will be going on vacation on the 29th through the 3rd. I'm looking at the calendar. The 29th through the 3rd. So we're going to get through this week, and then next week I'll be on a little vacation at the beginning of the week. Have a great day. I love you, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.
What's up, Thai Squad? Thank you guys for watching today's episode of the Tyesse Report. This episode is brought to you by Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a Black-owned business focused on providing a safe space for creators and entrepreneurs. We have helped companies, businesses, and brands navigate the biggest communication shift in over 500 years, social media and the internet. If you or someone you know would like to have your brand or business go to the next level, please visit www.pyromedianetwork.com. Please don't forget to follow Tyesse on IG at _Tyesse_report and like on Facebook at facebook.com/the official Tyesse report. And if you're enjoying the Tyesse report, please consider watching Tyesse After Dark, airing every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The Tyesse report, Tyesse After Dark, and the Tyesse Jackson brand wouldn't be here without your support. To continue to show your support, please feel free to donate via Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, or PayPal. The information is below. All right, Ty Squad, see you on the next.